This is for educational purposes only. Please share to your loved ones, family and friends. Thank you. The Family, by John Bradshaw. To Nancy, who is my friend and the most gentle person I have ever known. Together we shared a sometimes difficult and always exciting journey of family making. Preface to the revised edition. I'd like first to express my gratitude to all of you who watched the PBS series Bradshaw on The Family and read the first edition of this book. Your kind words and testimonials of transformation made the labor more worthwhile than I could have ever dreamed of. Your support and enthusiasm more than allayed my fears relating to the relevance of the material presented in this book. I am also grateful to those of you who took the time to write me constructive criticisms and suggested ways to expand certain ideas I presented in this book. I am grateful to the public critics whose sometimes vitriolic attacks forced me to critically think and rethink certain positions I had taken and presented on television and in this book. I am grateful for the opportunity to add new materials and update my ideas in this book. Bradshaw on The Family was my first book and has the bold stamp of youthful passion and idealism. I was on fire with almost evangelical zeal when I wrote it. When I made the PBS series in October of 1984, I still felt anger and pain over my own childhood wounds and was in the throes of my own original pain-grief work. I had just come to a full awareness of how the theory of family systems applied to my own alcoholic family and had identified with the characteristics relating to adult children of alcoholics, ACOA. This knowledge was so exciting to me and helped me reduce my toxic shame, so much that I embraced family systems thinking like the devotee of a salvational religion. In 1984, the adult child movement and the newly understood discussion of codependency were just beginning to gather momentum. I felt that my work would further the recovery movement. Today, I realize that my own unfinished business and my passionate belief about family systems as a kind of salvation system colored my presentation, which was at times polarized. However, I still believe that the PBS series and this book were needed at that time. If I hadn't done it, someone else would have. I had no idea of the impact that the TV series and this book would have on people's lives. Almost immediately after airing the PBS series, I received numerous requests, far more than I could begin to handle, from all over the US and Canada for live talks and workshops. Since its publication in January of 1988, this book has sold more than 1,250,000 copies. Some 250,000 people have attended my workshops and lectures. The early energy of the recovery movement has now subsided. Much of the recovery philosophy has become a way of life for many people. Phrases like dysfunctional family, shame-based personality, and wounded inner child, which were uncommon when I began this work, are now commonplace, at times even cliches. The reality of these phrases has been taken seriously, and according to the testimonial letters I have received, real healing has taken place. The recovery movement has been ridiculed, criticized, debated, and challenged. I believe it has stood the test of time. Many people now see it as an important part of a larger historical phenomenon. Let me briefly discuss why I think this is so. Human evolution and human history have been characterized by what the French call prise de conscience. Prise de conscience refers to the process of enlightenment and self-understanding that takes place in the growth and maturity of an individual or a group. Once the evolutionary process reached the self-reflecting level of human consciousness, there was a deepening awareness of those elements that constitute human nature. This awareness extends to an understanding of the kinds of environments that allow our essential nature to flourish.